One thing I love about The Office is that it showcases how, in equal parts, Michael Scott should never be a leader of people,
Welcome. Wow, you are very exotic looking. Was your dad a GI or?
but also that he's truly a great salesperson, and that's why the Scranton branch is always successful. A great example of how Michael Scott owns his sales process is in season 2, episode 7, called The Client. The branch is potentially downsizing. People are worried about the health of the company and their jobs. And Michael and his boss, Jan Levinson Gould,
Just Jen Levinson.
No Gould?
No.
have to go and close a potential client a government contract, which will save the day. Early in the episode, Michael showcases how much he really understands the situation he's in by moving the meeting from the Radisson, which might seem stuffy and uptight, to a more down-to-earth location to do business, the Chili's.
Here's the thing. Chili's is the new golf course. It's where business happens.
Of course, Chili's is where business is done. It's also where we found God
And I feel God in this Chili's tonight.
and where we get our second drink.
Whoa.
I digress. So as soon as Jan and Michael sit down to meet their client, Christian, Jan goes into pitch mode, showcasing slide decks, and is immediately defaulted into a rate-based
Dunder
conversation.
Mifflin can provide a level of personal service to the county that the warehouse chains just can't match.
Sandler's sales methodology uses the image of a submarine to encourage salespeople to slow their sales process down and make sure they're being thorough. When a submarine is attacked, crew members are asked to go through each compartment and close the door behind them thoroughly to make sure that they avoid any potential future disaster and can shut off the flood. The same could be said about your sales process. You can't skip to a compartment like pain or budget or decision or fulfillment before you have really thoroughly closed the door on bonding and rapport and upfront contracts in exchange of what success looks like in a potential business deal.
If you have
A very, very funny joke the other day. You want to hear it?
Christian, you don't have to listen to this.
It's okay, I like jokes.
Another thing we notice is that Jan is doing a Sandler submarine no-no and spilling her candy in the lobby by immediately going into pitch mode.
Well, we are out to save money.
What's the bottom line?
What this means is, if you're at a movie theater and you buy refreshments, you're supposed to enjoy them when the movie comes on. If you get too excited and you rip into your candy in the lobby, it could potentially spill all over the place, and you're not deploying it when it's supposed to be deployed, which is when the movie starts. Same could be said in sales. If you don't have a relationship built, trust and credibility, understand and exchange what success looks like on the deal, you can't start probing for pain and potential decision-making processes. Eventually, at Chili's, during the second drink, Michael, Christian, and Jan start opening up with each other, sharing personal information, and that's where Michael can find in Christian's subconscious all of the things that are going to move him towards one supplier versus another.
After watching my mom go through so much pain, I decided to keep that promise that I made to her and take care of her.
Once he's sourced all of that information, the shirts are unbuttoned, the sleeves are rolled up, Michael is able to pitch appropriately in a tailored way all of the things that are going to make Christian choose Dunder Mifflin as the contract.
Spent my whole life right here in Lackawanna County, and I do not intend on moving. I know this place. I know how many hospitals we have. I know how many schools we have. It's home, you know? I know the challenges this county's up against. Here's the thing about those discount suppliers. They don't care. They come in, they undercut everything, and they run us out of business. And then, once we're all gone, we jack up the prices.
I guess I could give you guys our business, but you have to meet me halfway, okay? Because they're expecting me to make cuts.
Well, corporate's gonna go ballistic, but you think we could, Jan?
If you're working with someone in your sales process as a potential client and they immediately try to skip some of those stages and go to a rate-based conversation, try to slow yourself down. Let them know that you want to understand specifically what they're looking for first and seek to understand what an ideal solution would be for them before you ever get to rate. Don't skip through those compartments in the sub, but I highly recommend you come in, you seek to understand, you actively listen before you ever go into pain or budget.
We are out to save money.
What's the bottom line?
That's why I wanted a signal between us, so I wouldn't have to just shout nonsense words. That's her fault.
Hope you enjoyed this scene. Hope this video helped. Win yourself a Dundee, and happy selling.
Back, baby, back, baby, back. I want my baby back, baby, back, baby, back. I want my baby back.
Chili's baby back ribs.